What is x when 8 to the power of x equals 48? We can quite easily isolate x, so the problem becomes how to simplify the right of the equation. To isolate x, we take the logarithm on both sides. We here are not too bothered about which logarithm we use, so we can just take the natural logarithm. The smart thing about logarithms is that you can take the exponent out of the logarithm. To totally isolate x, we divide with the logarithm of 8 on both sides. This is done as the two logarithms of 8 cancel out on the left. We have now come to the point where we need to simplify the right as we have already isolated x. The first thing we can do to simplify is noticing that 48 is equal to 8 times 6. Since we have multiplication inside the logarithm, we can split it up into two logarithms. The fraction can now also be split up into two new ones by making a new one with each of the numerators and where the denominator stays the same in both. In the first term, we now have log of 8 over log of 8, which is equal to 1. 6 from the numerator is now written as 3 times 2. This is once again done so that we can later split the logarithm into two new ones. But first, we also rewrite 8 from the denominator as 2 to the power of 3. We can now split the logarithm from the numerator up into two new ones separated with a plus. And 3 can be moved out from the exponent inside the logarithm in the denominator. The fraction can now also be split into two fractions, where the denominator stays the same and the numerators are terms of the numerator we have now. We now see that the log of 2 cancel out in the first fraction. This term therefore become 1 over 3. This can be simplified by adding it to 1 and getting 4 over 3. At the same time, we move 1 over 3 out of the fraction. The last step is using this rule to write the fraction of two logarithms as a single one. The base here becomes 2. Since we can't simplify anymore, we can say that the final answer is that when 8 to the power of x is equal to 48, x is equal to 4 over 3 plus 1 over 3 times the logarithm with base 2 of 3.